And we welcome you to the broadcast from Boschel Gymnasium in Pittsfield on Central Illinois Sports. John and Charlie Hull with you tonight. The Pittsfield Lady Sockies are 3-3 on the season. They're playing host to a 4-2 Carrollton Hawk squad here at Boschel Gym tonight. A nice crowd on hand already. More folks still filing in. A little bit earlier start time than normal because the Lady Sockies play an abbreviated JV game, 2 10-minute halves, so games get started a little bit sooner, get you home a little bit earlier at the end of the night, and the Lady Sockies JV squad did win that contest by the score of 16-10. So congratulations to the Lady Sockies on the victory in that tonight. This has been a game, John, and we welcome John alongside. Nice to see you again. Been a game that has traditionally been a pretty good matchup between these two squads. You take a look back in the early 2000s when Lori Blade was the coach at Carrollton and Matt Elledge was the coach at Pittsfield. Some battles there. Carrollton may have won a couple of those along the way, as this Carrollton Lady Hawk squad has a long tradition, as does the Lady Sockies team, and both of them off to nice starts on the season. Pittsfield 3-3. They played in the Brown County tournament this last week, and Carrollton off to a good 4-2 start on the year. Both coaches have to be happy with what they've seen so far.
Yeah, I went down and talked to not Coach Shireman tonight. As I said, Coach Shireman, you look different. I think you let your hair grow out. But Coach Shireman is on assignment tonight, so we have
Coach Christy Hefner
Christy Hefner here again, and she's coached a few varsity games in the past.
She has. She was the Lady Socky varsity coach for several seasons before stepping down, and has been the assistant for a while now. And head coach Jeff Shireman unable to attend the contest tonight. We wish him well, but a good matchup between these two teams expected here this evening at the Boschel Gym. If you take a look at this Pittsfield Lady Socky squad, they have a couple of losses to Jacksonville route and a loss to a West Hancock squad who ended up getting second in the tournament at Brown County last week. Quincy High won that tournament. Kind of interesting that they're playing in that tournament, but their program had been down for a little bit as far as the wins and losses go, and are starting to make a little bit of a comeback there. So good to see that. You always like to see programs doing well throughout the area, but for Pittsfield overall, and both times they played route, close games, off to a pretty good start. But the Lady Sockies, who really include Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Griggsville Perry, in a three-way co-op, only with 12 young ladies on the roster. Maggie Marable's out with an injury right now. So at this point in time, it looks like they have just 10 dressed. John, that makes it pretty difficult when you start talking about depth of a bench, and explains very quickly why the junior varsity games get shortened. But you look out there in the junior varsity game, and Katie Cox, who's a freshman, Chloe Lemons, who's a sophomore, and then junior, and Kayla Merriman, who plays quite a bit, had to play a lot of that fresh soft game, and you better be in pretty good shape. You're going to do that on a night-in, night-out basis.
Yeah, I think you probably better be, and you're going to play a lot of basketball. You know, as you talked about, that is why they have to shorten the JV games. But yeah, they've played a lot, and we saw Katie Cox play a lot, and she's in the starting lineup tonight too. So
she is just a freshman, an athletic freshman, though. Really, for the Lady Sockies, when you start talking about this team, it really starts with the seniors, and Sydney Bauer and Lily Pepper. Sydney Bauer, of course, a good multi-sport athlete, good cross-country runner when healthy. She's battled some leg injuries throughout her athletic career, but good to see her healthy for this senior season. And then there's Lily Pepper, who has been playing a lot of varsity since early on in her career. And John, I think the most impressive thing about a player like Lily Pepper is her work ethic. You drive by, we drove by the track a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday morning at about 11:30, and out there working by herself to make herself better was Lily Pepper out running sprints. And you just don't see athletes that have that internal drive quite like that all the time, and it's pretty impressive and pretty special when you get to see one in person.
Yeah, it really is, Charlie, and she was an integral part of the much improved Lady Socky volleyball team also, and she really is a hard worker and somebody who's used everything that she's been given to the best that she can, and part of everything that she's been given is about a 5'11", 6-foot frame.
That it is. She fights hard down low. A lot of teams playing zone against Pittsfield because of Pepper to try to slow her down a little bit, which opens up some of the shooting spots a little farther away from the basket, and the Lady Sockies will be looking to knock some of those down. For this Carrollton Hawk squad, you take a look at their starting lineup tonight, and they're going to start 3 seniors, a sophomore, and a junior. One of those seniors is Hannah Crumwoody, and talk about somebody who's watched a lot of basketball in her life. John, Hannah Kremwody's probably been at more games and more practices than most people would care to imagine.
Yeah, her father being the former Carrollton boys basketball head coach, and both of her brothers playing also, and she's seen just a little bit of basketball at an awful lot of levels.
Glad you've joined the broadcast tonight. If you have not done so already, we invite you to subscribe to the YouTube page. Just hit that little subscribe button next to the video, and you'll be able to keep up to date with all the broadcasts we do throughout the season on Central Illinois Sports. Also, if you're somewhere where the YouTube is not working for you signal-wise, you can always join us on Mixlr.com. It's Mixlr.com. Subscribe to the Mixlr page, and you can listen to the contest as well from anywhere in the world, and we're certainly glad you're joining us here tonight. We're about 2.5 minutes away from the Star-Spangled Banner and the tip-off of this contest between Pittsfield and Carrollton. Let's step aside for a timeout here. We're back with you with more after this.
At Country Financial, we know everyone's situation is unique, and we believe that even the biggest goals start with simple steps. So when it comes to protecting the things you love and planning for the future, don't get overwhelmed. Get started today with John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent in Camp Point, Illinois. That's John Hibbert, your Country Financial agent. Call 217-593-6819. John Hibbert, Country Financial, 217-593-6819. Press Yours On You is celebrating 13 years as your source for school spirit wear. They can personalize varsity jackets, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, duffel bags, flags, and more. Show your school pride with a bumper sticker or window decal from Press Yours On You. Visit their online store at www.pressyoursonyou.com or visit them on Facebook. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood on Highway 24 in Camp Point. Call 593-6031.
We welcome you back to the broadcast. Fossil Gymnasium in Pittsfield. We'll also have high school boys basketball action for you this week. Friday night as Pittsfield will play host to Southeastern. Game time slated for around 7:30. The pregame show around 7:20 here on Central Illinois Sports as the Sockies looks to get back to their winning ways, and they'll take on a Southeastern squad who is young but playing very, very hard under head coach Brett Ufkes, and have seen some big improvements for them and their program here the last couple of years with Coach Ufkes, and has been playing a lot of youngsters. And, you know, this is one of those years where playing some of those younger guys last year and the year before could really start to pay off. We're going to have the national anthem here courtside at Voschel Gym. A decent crowd on hand. They have both sets of bleachers pulled out here, and the Saukey anthem singers look to be about 10 young people deep tonight. When it comes to singing the national anthem, nobody does it better than the Pittsfield High School anthem singers here under the direction of James Felpausch, and we'll have that mic for you here in just a moment. Carrollton 4-2, Pittsfield is 3-3 on the season, and looking for a good matchup here tonight as they work to get the microphone up and going, it appears. And they are having a little technical difficulty with the national anthem. Luckily, the gym is dead silent at this point.
And everyone is standing and looking at the flag in reverence. I'm going to bet it's a battery.
Could be a battery or just a connection. As you know, electronics and technology are great when they work, and they're going to do it a cappella, it appears. And we'll try to bring the anthem to you as best we can.
Was so proudly we hailed at the twilight.
And a nice job, as always, by the Saukey Anthem Singers with our national anthem here tonight at Voschel Gym. They didn't even need a microphone, John. Able to sing loud enough for all the folks to be able to enjoy that courtside. Three-man refereeing crew of Billy Hickox, John Ray Deering, and Brian Daniel are in attendance tonight to referee this contest, as they did with the JV game. Good seasoned varsity officiating crew. Let's meet the visiting squad first. The Carrollton Hawks. Blaine Hartwick is their head coach, assisted by Tony Rhodes. They are 4-2 on the season. They'll start the following. At a guard, she is a senior, Gracie Cox. At another guard is the senior, Hannah Crumwoody. And then a 3-forward offense, Molly Mullink is a senior. Also at a forward is a junior, Libby Muth. And at a forward, a sophomore, Ava Yules, excuse me, that's Yules, Muth, Mullink, Cox, and Crumwoody for the 4-2 Carrollton Lady Hawks. For the Pittsfield Lady Saukeys, Jeff Scheimer is their head coach, but Christy Hefner filling in tonight, assisted by Marla Willard. And their lineup looks like this. At a guard, she's a 5'9 freshman, Katie Cox. At another guard is the 5'6 senior, Sydney Bauer. And at the third guard is the 5'7 senior, Gretchen Wessel. At a forward, a 5'10 sophomore, Chloe Lemons. And at the other forward is the 5'11 senior, Lily Pepper. Pepper, Lemons, Wessel, Bauer, and Cox for the Lady Saukeys. Hey, they
fixed the
microphone to work. If you have the receiver on in your microphone or in your sound cabinet, the receiver
in the wireless microphone idea.
Now for your hometown Lady Saukeys.
And now everyone is officially deaf, as Jack Hefner's on the mic, and they have found the volume button to be all the way up at this point in time.
It's plenty loud. I think the people at home can hear it without the use of the Mixler app or YouTube.
Yeah, I think so. But hey, you know, I don't know that we talked about this a whole lot, John, but this sound system for the Saukeys is now about 2 years old, and a lot of that funding for it came from the Pittsfield High School graduating class of 1954, who have really done just a tremendous job donating a ton of funds and resources to the Pikeland School District, and this is one of their projects, and man, oh man, what an improvement it is over what was here at Voschel Gym just a few years ago. And we definitely say thank you again to the Pittsfield class of 54. The Lady Saukeys will be in the home whites with the red numbers and black trim. Carrollton's in the green uniforms with the white numbers and black trim. Ava Yules, the sophomore, in the center circle. The jump against Katie Cox, a freshman, and the tip is up and controlled by Pittsfield. They get the ball to Bauer, and she'll bring it up against the defense for Carrollton. Bauer across the time stripe on the pass goes to Wessel. Wessel is senior. Left wing over to Cox. Fakes the drive. Now has picked up the dribble. Pivots on both feet and is called for traveling. First turnover of this contest comes at the 7:46 mark of the first quarter. Cox looked for that drive. There was a little tentative with it. It picked it up and then took that pivot with the other foot. Bringing the ball up for the Lady Hawks is Hannah Crumwoody, the senior. Dribbles toward the right wing to get this offense set in motion against the man-to-man defense of Pittsfield. She'll work the ball top of the key to Cox. This is Gracie Cox for Carrollton. Bauer goes to steal the ball. Cox dives on the floor after it and keeps it alive to Muth. Muth with it playing out front, has a heavy leg brace on her left knee. 7:23 to play in the first quarter, no score. Here's Muth driving in. She gets stopped by Wessel. Ball comes out on the pass now to Mullink. Mullink on a pull-up shot off the glass too hard. And on the rebound, ripping it down is Lily Pepper, her first board of the contest. So both teams with a possession early, no scores so far. Cox drives in, pull-up shot short, gets her own rebound, puts it back up on fall. But Katie Cox is hacked in the act, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
That foul is going to go against Gracie Cox, her first and the team first against Carrollton. And Katie Cox to the free throw line shooting two, looking for her first points of the night, looking for the first points of the ball game. 7:04 to go in the first quarter play. First one up is good by Cox.
So Cox has practiced that shot a time or two on the old driveway. Had nothing but the bottom of the net. Puts the Lady Saukeys ahead early.
Next one is also up, and it's also good. Give her two, and the Lady Saukeys a 2-point lead.
2-0 Pittsfield, 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Crumwoody brings it up for the Carrollton Hawks. No full court pressure by either squad so far. Ball knocked loose. Katie Cox trying to steal it away. Crumwoody maintains the possession on the baseline. Now works it out on the wing to Muth. Muth tries the drive, and a blocking foul whistled against Pittsfield, as it looks like Wessel going to be the guilty party.
Wessel's first, team first against Pittsfield. Ball out of bounds underneath the basket to Carrollton.
Crumwoody to trigger it in. Looks for an opening, throws it at the free throw line to Mullink. Mullink going to try the pass down low, is looking for Yules, overthrew her and turned it over. Turnover on Carrollton there first. Wessel with the steal. She'll work the ball to Bauer. 2-0 Pittsfield, 6:40 to play here in the first. Bauer with the ball, top of the key to Pepper. Going to try the drive, now dish it left wing over to Lemons. Her drive is denied by the good defense of Mullink. Out top Wessel, now Bauer with the ball. She'll take the ball toward the right wing. Looking for Pepper down low. Now Bauer pulls up for a three, no good. Rebound loose. Cox has the board for Pittsfield. Across the lane finds Pepper, who puts it up and in. Nice job sharing the basketball by the Lady Sockies, and they lead 4-0. 6:10 to play in the first. An early 4-0 advantage for Pittsfield. Here's Crumwoody going to try the drive in with a left-hand bounce with Cox, the freshman, playing against her. Now Crumwoody looks for her teammate Cox and throws the ball out of bounds. Turnover on Carrollton, their second, and a timeout whistled by the Lady Hawks. 5:59 to play in the first quarter. 4-0 Pittsfield on top of Carrollton. We're back with you after this.
As the year starts to come to an end and families enjoy more time indoors, Cascom realizes you need reliable internet, great television, and a reliable home phone service. So from now until the end of the year, Cascom will be offering an amazing deal on its triple play bundle services. Call today and get internet, Broadvision TV, and VoIP phone for only $99 a month for 6 full months. Call us today at 1-800-252-1799. No contracts or install fees. Some restrictions may apply.
5:59 to play in the first quarter. 4-0 Pittsfield has the advantage as Carrollton called the timeout, their first of the evening. Back to live action as the Lady Sockies have the ball. Right wing with it is Sydney Bauer. Out top to Wessel, swings it to Lemons. Lemons out between the circles. Dishes off to Pepper. Pepper hands it to Cox, and Cox is called for traveling. Second turnover by Pittsfield on the evening.
Was not expecting that pass to come to her, and when it did, it kind of caught her mid-step.
Well, they're bringing Pepper up to the high post, which is really opening up things in the paint, going to give some good driving opportunities on the wings. It looks like here in the early going. Carrollton with the basketball. Muth has it on the left wing, finds an open player. Cox across the middle of the lane, who lays it up and in for two, and makes it a 4-2 ball game. Lady Hawks on the board at the 5:27 mark of this first quarter. Into the front court, Sydney Bauer. Works it out to Wessel, left wing over to Cox. Defender went flying by, down in the paint. They give it off to Pepper. To Lemons, now Wessel. Wessel calls out a new offensive set for Pittsfield. Needs to take a dribble, close to 5. Defender comes, knocks the ball away, and nearly the steal that time went the way of Mullink, but it's out of bounds. Pittsfield ball on the sideline right at half court.
Wessel got doubled that time at near the half court line and just had to find something to do with it.
Well, had her back to the basket and did not see the defender come up to knock that one away. Bauer with the ball out top. Wessel looks for an opening, and Cox on the wing over to Lemons. Lemons will throw it back out between the circles to Wessel. She says, let's set it up. 4:50 to play in the first. 4-2 the advantage for Pittsfield. There's Cox, drives right to the basket, up and in for two. Katie Cox, the freshman, with 4 of the Sockies 6, and makes it a 6-2 advantage, tying their largest lead of this contest. 4:35 to play in the first quarter. Cox very aggressive that time, showing what she can do with the ball. Top of the key for Carrollton. Muth works it on the right side. Cox skips it on the left wing over to Yules. A set shot from 17 won't fall. Offensive rebound, Gracie Cox. She'll work it back out to Muth. Had it knocked away, but run down here by
Crumwoody.
She'll pull up for a shot, no good. Rebound in the paint. Down to Bauer. Bauer wants to push for Pittsfield. Into the front court. Had the ball knocked away on the wing. Loose on the court. Lemons comes away with the loose ball. Down in the paint to Pepper, dishes it back out front. Pass was wide, and Lemons has to run it down near the sideline. To Bauer. 3:55 to play in the first quarter. 6-2 advantage Pittsfield. Left side Cox, another driving lane. Good pass across the lane, finds Lemons, who lays it up and in. And Katie Cox doing it all right now for the Lady Sockies. That's her second assist of the night to go along with those 4 points, and makes it an 8-2 advantage, largest lead of the night right now. Cox with the ball right side for Carrollton. Looking for an answer are the Lady Hawks. To Yules, left side over to Crumwoody. Down to the baseline, it goes to Mullink. She'll try a turnaround shot too hard. Pepper grabs the board, her second of the contest. To Bauer, Lady Sockies want to run. Cox with a spin move. Dishes it out to Wessel. On the left side to Lemons. Lemons a pull-up shot from 10, in and out, no good. Katie Cox runs down the offensive rebound out front. Near the half-court line, gives it to Bauer now. 3:05 to play in the first quarter, an 8-2 lead for the Lady Sockies. Bauer with a dribble drive, right side Cox, one bounce of it. Looks in the corner back to Bauer. Pepper fighting hard for possession. They'll get it to her down low. She'll turn around. Her shot is good. Pittsfield shooting a very high percentage. Most of their shots coming from 6 foot and in right now, and they lead 10-2. 2:45 to play in the first quarter. They just keep building on the early lead. Right wing Gracie Cox with it for Carrollton. Holds the ball on the wing, out top Yules. Yules just a sophomore. Works it down on the block to Muth. Muth back to Yules from the free throw line. Shot too hard, back iron, no good. And Bauer has the board for Pittsfield, her second. Into the front court, Cox, a 3-on-3. Down in the paint, they go to Pepper. Her shot up won't fall, but she's fouled, then she'll shoot a pair.
Believe that'll be on Yules, but we'll wait and see. And it will be on Hannah Crumwoody, her first, and the team's second. To the free throw line, Lily Pepper shooting 2. She's got 4 points. First 2 free throws of the night for her. Lady Sockies lead 10-2, 2:22 to go in the first quarter play. First one up, a little off to the right, no good.
Into the contest for Pittsfield comes Kayla Merriman, a 5'4 junior. On the other side, we see Crumwoody take a chair as Kennedy Rule, a junior guard, comes in for Carrollton.
Pepper's second is up. It rolls off no good. Rebound comes down to Mullink, her first.
A rare double miss by Pepper. In the backcourt with the ball is Cox. Bauer really playing the tough D on her in the man-to-man. Knocks the ball away. Running it down, though, is Cox. Lady Sockies right up in the face of the Carrollton ball handlers here. Right wing Rule, the new player into the contest, touches it for the first time and is blocked by Katie Cox.
Cox's first, team second. Ball out of bounds on the sideline to Carrollton.
Right in front of Jeff Crumwoody, former Carrollton boys basketball coach, still coaching the baseball team is Coach Crumwoody. Amassed over, 400 victories in his career at Carrollton?
He's nearly voiceless tonight, so the referees get a break.
That's what he told us before the game. I said, will that keep it from yelling at the refs? And he smiled and said, probably not. 1:53 to play in the first quarter, and a 5-second call now whistled against Carrollton. Their third turnover as Cox could not get free of her defender. 1:51 to play in the first, 10-2 advantage for Pittsfield. They'll look to add to that here. Merriman into the game. She and Bauer will play the guards out front. Bauer with the right-hand bounce. Dishes on the wing to Lemons. Drives down low. Dishes off to Katie Cox. Rises, shoots, and scores. Cox with 6. Good find from Lemons, who is the beneficiary of a good pass from Cox a few possessions ago. And it's a 10-point Lady Socky lead. 1:29 to play in the first. 12-2. Pittsfield really on a roll here in the early going. Here's a drive by Muth. Her shot no good. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Pittsfield ball. Last touched by Mullink. And not much going right now for the Lady Hawks. They've gotten some shots close to the basket, but have not been able to find the bottom of the net but once so far tonight. 1:15 to play in the first quarter. 12-2 advantage for Pittsfield.
Lady Hawks shooting a lot of flat-footed shots right now.
Bauer with the ball, drives in, shot up no good. She really forced the issue that time, and she'll head to the stripe to shoot 2.
Sydney Bauer shooting 2. Foul on Gracie Cox, her second, team third. And to the free throw line, Sydney Bauer shooting 2, looking for her first points of the night. 12-2 the score. Lady Sockies with the 10-point lead. First one up, no good. 1:10 to go in the first quarter of play.
Wessel back in. Cox takes a chair. What is Pittsfield? 2 of 5 from the free throw line?
2 of 5 now, yeah.
Also, Crumwoody returns for Carrollton as Cox takes the chair with that second foul with 1:10 to play in the first quarter.
Bauer's second is up. It rolls around and falls through. Give her a point.
An 11-point lead now, the biggest of the contest by Pittsfield. 13-2, 1:09 to play in the first. Helping bring the ball up this time is Muth. Libby Muth is a junior. She'll give the ball off on the wing to Rule. Rule takes a single bounce, has it knocked loose by Bauer. Rule runs it down near the sideline. She's still looking for some help. Had a dribble, didn't use it, and turned the ball over. Turnover number 4 by Carrollton. Into the front court, Merriman with the ball. 48 seconds to play in the first. 13-2 advantage for Pittsfield. Looking to add to it here. Merriman has picked it up. Needs some help. Back cut there by Bauer to get free, and then she has it stolen away by Crumwoody. And then Crumwoody is fouled by Bauer.
Bauer's first and the team third against the Lady Sockies. Ball out of bounds in the backcourt for the Lady Hawks.
37.8 ticks to play in this first quarter. Crumwood gets the inbound, hands it to Muth, who will play the point. Toward the right wing off of a single pick. Now looking for the post-up person, and Mulling. Ball knocked loose by Wessel. Wessel on the steal, on the run into the front court. Shot up no good. Fouled, says the trail official, and Crumwood will pick up her second.
Crumwoody's second, team fourth. And to the free throw line will go Gretchen Wessel, shooting 2. 13-2 the score. Ladies Hockey's with the 11-point lead. 22.5 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Wessel shooting a couple. Her first is up, and it's no good. She really bends the knees, though, doesn't she, Charlie?
She kind of bounces up and down one time with the ball, and you would think that would make it a little bit harder to be consistent from the stripe.
It does get you to have somebody fault the line every now and again, like just happened there, though.
14-2 the score, as that one did go through. 19 seconds to play in the first. Crumwoody brings it up against Wessel. Behind the back with the dribble. Crosses over, goes to her right. Drives in, forcing the issue. Shot up no good. Blocking foul. It'll be 2 shots coming up for Crumwoody.
Foul going to go against Gretchen Wessel, her second, team fourth. And Crumwoody to the free throw line looking for her first points of the night. 14-2 the score. Pittsfield with the lead. First one is up and good by Crumwoody. Give her a point now.
Carrollton scored at the 5:57 mark, and with 11.6 seconds to play in the quarter, they get their third point of the night. This time from the free throw line. It's been a tough go so far for Carrollton.
Second up by Crumwoody, rolls off no good. Rebound to Lily Pepper, her third.
Her pass goes to Bauer. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Bauer toward the right wing with 5. To Pepper in the corner with 4. They work it out to Wessel. She's open. Back in the corner to Bauer. Good luck. 3-ball on the way. She rattles it home as the buzzer sounds. And after a quarter, it's a 17-3 advantage for Pittsfield on top of Carrollton. Second quarter play-by-play comes your way after this 1-minute break.
Way out on the farm, right in the middle of harvest, there's nobody watching. No audience, no crowd. The only bright lights beam from a combine. They're not pointing at you. All that's here is a field. It may not look like a place of glory, but there's still a winner. There's still a score. For many farmers who planted Golden Harvest Seed this year, victory is about to set in. Contact Golden Harvest Seed Advisor Steve Farlow now for the seed to make every acre count. Golden Harvest and Steve Farlow are proud to help sponsor Central Panther football. When you or your family are feeling under the weather, you can count on Illini Express in Pittsfield. Illini Express is a walk-in clinic located on the south side of the Pittsfield Square and is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. $75 is the charge and can be billed to your insurance. Children must be at least 18 months old. Illini Express opens 7 to 7 Monday through Saturday and on major holidays 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Illini Express, a partner of Illini Community Hospital in Pittsfield.
Well, the Lady Socky's off to about as good of a start as they come. 17-3, the lead for Pittsfield over Carrollton after a quarter. John has a look at shooting percentages.
Lady Socky shooting 6 of 9 from the floor, 67%, 1 of 2 from 3. Lady Hawks shooting 1 of 7 from the floor, 14%, and have yet to shoot a three-pointer on the night.
Carrollton will have the basketball to start the second quarter of play. They've got Crumwoody out there along with Ewells. Crumwoody drives in, turnaround shot no good. Also on the court for Carrollton, Rule. Let's see, Mulink, and the fifth player is Libby Muth. For Pittsfield, Merriman, Bauer, Cox, who's going to put up another shot, no good. Gets her own board, goes back up, shot won't fall, but she's fouled. Pepper and Lemons also out there, and Katie Cox headed back to the free throw line where she's been the lone player to be perfect from there, and it's been a struggle otherwise for Pittsfield from the stripe. Cox is 2 for 2 so far.
Foul going to go against Molly Mulink, her first, and the team fifth against the Lady Hawks. Cox to the free throw line, shooting 2. She's got 6 points, 17-3 the score. Lady Sockies with the lead. First one up by Cox is good. Give her 7.
She's just a freshman, but really showing off her skill set here in this contest. Passing, ball handling, shooting the ball.
Next one's up, no good. Rebound comes down to Lily Pepper.
Missing a free throw, so her teammate could get an offensive rebound. Now the ball knocked out of bounds off the miss, and it will be Carrollton ball length of the court to go. As that ball went out of bounds on the loose ball rebound. 7:33 to play in the half, 18-3 advantage for Pittsfield. Inbounds pass to Crumwoody in the backcourt. She'll let everybody clear out now to bring the ball up herself. across the half-court line. Was behind the back with the dribble toward the left side off of the screen. Gets another screen as the defender does a nice job switching back there. Right side of the ball goes to Muth. Muth with it at the free throw line. Looks for an opening. Dishes out front to Crumwoody, who drives the middle. Runner up right hand, no good. Rebound fought for. Ewell's fighting for it. Kept the ball alive. And finally it's grabbed by Rule. Rule to Crumwoody on the baseline. Shot blocked. Rebound loose. And Pepper fighting hard for the board. And a foul going to be called against Lily Pepper.
That'll be Pepper's first and the team fifth.
Check, John. I led you astray. That foul was called against Molly Mullick.
Okay. Well, that'll be Mullick's second and the team's sixth against the Lady Hawks.
And it's an 18-3 Pittsfield lead, and now the Lady Sockies have the basketball. Backdoor cut by Bauer. Check that was Lemons. Ball was thrown a little wide and stolen away by Crumwoody. Fourth turnover by Pittsfield. Crumwoody and the Lady Hawks trying to make a comeback here. Down by 15 with 6:40 to play in the half. Lob pass into Ewells. It is stolen away by Bauer. Turnover number 6 by Carrollton. Bauer with the ball in the backcourt. Needs to get it across. Still looking to get there and finally does. She'll drive the length of the court now and is fouled as nobody stopped the ball for Carrollton. And Bauer said, I'll attack down low and draws the foul. It should be 1-1.
Foul will be Kennedy Rule's first, team seventh, 1-1. And Bauer is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She's got 4 points. 18-3 the score. Lady Sockies with the 15-point lead. 6:28 to go in the first half of play over the Carrollton Lady Hawks. And the first one up by Sydney Bauer is good. Give her the bonus. She'll has 5 points now. 19-3 Lady Sockies just keep building on that lead at 16 now.
Carrollton 4-2 coming in on the night.
Next one's up and also good. Give her 6.
It makes it 20-3 Pittsfield. 6:27 to play in this first half. Into the front court with the ball is Mullink. Looking to get free. Ball knocked out of bounds by Bauer.
It's really been the Lady Sockies defense that has led them to this lead too, Charlie. As crazy as that sounds, is they've just really made the Lady Hawks take bad shots and turn them over.
Crumwoody, baseline move, good move there. Pull-up shot will not fall. Rebound on the weak side, put back up and in by Rule. Rule on the board with her first 2 and makes it a 20-5 score. Nice offensive rebound and the putback for Kennedy Rule. 6:03 to play in the half. Bauer with the basketball on the dribble right wing. Works it out to Merriman. A single bounce, it goes to Lemons. Another single dribble to Cox. Out top, Bauer could not get a clean catch. Now she'll try the drive in. Ball knocked loose and stolen away as Crumwoody runs down the loose ball. Everybody kind of stopped, and Hannah Crumwoody said, I'll pick this up, thank you. Turnover number 5 by Pittsfield.
I think everybody thought there might have been a foul there and just kind of stood and looked at it.
Crumwoody with the ball, bounces to the high post. Now she gets it back on a little ball handoff. Drives in, shot up, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Lily Pepper of Pittsfield.
And that's a lot of the tremendous defense, Charlie, is even when the guards are not able to keep their player away from the basket, Lily Pepper's been there to really defend hard and keep them from being able to make everything tough.
The bounce comes to Ewells. Her set shot is up and good, and Ava Ewells has her first 2 of the night, makes it a 20-7 ball game. Carrollton trying to shoot themselves back into this one. 5:15 to play in the half. Cox with the ball on the wing left side. Works it out between the circles to Bauer. Bauer on the dribble with a right-hand bounce. Looks for Pepper at the free throw line. Turns and faces. A single bounce. A pull-up shot, no good. Follows her shot. Puts it back up and in. Nice stick-to-itiveness that time by Lily Pepper.
She's got 6 points to go along with 5 boards.
Makes it a 22-7 ball game with 4:53 to play in the half. Hannah Crumwoody will bring it up for Carrollton. Lady Sockies are pretty comfortable playing that half-court defense, have not pressed it all tonight. When you're short on numbers, it kind of makes it a little harder to press. You have to exert quite a bit of energy. Now here's a shot put up in the paint by Mullink. It's no good, but she was fouled before the shot. It'll be ball out of bounds to Carrollton.
That foul going to go against Chloe Lemons, her first and the team 5th. Ball out of bounds to Carrollton underneath the basket.
4:34 to play in the half. 22-7 the lead for Pittsfield.
Wessel back in the game as sitting down was who, Charlie?
It's like Bauer. No, Bauer's still out there.
Shot up and no good. Rebound comes down to Lily Pepper. Her 6th already.
Merriman sat down.
Correct.
Cox to Bauer. 22-7, Lady Sockies nearly halfway through the second quarter. Looking to add to the lead. Wessel out there, nobody coming out to closely guard here. Now she'll put it on the floor, try to drive in, had it knocked away, stolen away. Turnover number 6 by Pittsfield. On the run out into the front court, shot it up no good by Molly Mullink. She just lost it on the way up, and it'll be Pittsfield ball. 4:02 to play in the second quarter. Both players that time on either end of the court just trying to go a little too fast and did not control the dribble. 3:55 to play in the half, 22-7 the lead for Pittsfield. Been a while since they've scored from the floor though. Here is pass left side to Wessel. She'll drive in right past everybody and score.
Give her three.
Got a nice screen that time from Cox on the left side of the lane, and it's 24-7. 3:35 to play in the second quarter. Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, Grigsville, Perry on top of Carrollton. Right side Rule. Looking down in the paint, Pepper fronting the post player. And they're unable to get the ball into Molly Mullink. I think like they'd like to here. You're Carrollton, if you could run a set where you could get Pittsfield to front the post and not have a help side defender, you'd have the lob over the top, but they've not been able to do that. A lot of traffic so far underneath.
That'll be Gretchen Wessel's third foul. She's going to have to sit down. And into the game is Kayla Merriman once again.
On the other side, we see Libby Muth return. And sitting down is Kennedy Rule, who gave her team good minutes. 3 minutes, 16 seconds to play in the half. 24-7 the lead for Pittsfield. Here's Crumwoody going to fire a three from the right wing and good. Hannah Crumwoody from downtown.
She's got 4.
Makes it 24-10. 3:03 to play in the half. Well-designed play to get Crumwoody a good look. Here's Bauer, though. Dribbles right past everybody, right to the rim. Missed the runner. And the rebound pulled down by Carrollton's Muth. She has it stolen away by Merriman. And then a foul whistled on Carrollton. This will be Gracie Cox, and if that's true, that's her third.
Gracie Cox's third foul and the team 8th. And back to the free throw line. To the free throw line for the first time tonight is Kayla Merriman, looking for her first points of the night. Lady Sockies lead the Carrollton Lady Hawks 24-10, 2:53 to go in the first half of play. First one up is good. Give her the bonus.
See Rule check back in for Carrollton. She got a break of about 7 seconds worth of game time before they needed her to come right back into the game.
Merriman's second is up, and it's good. Give her a couple.
26-10, the lead back to 16. 2:51 to play in the first half. Pittsfield on top. Carrollton has the basketball.
It's been as many as 17.
Muth with it, right wing. Crumwoody going to fire a three, and she started to heat up for the Lady Hawks. She's got another three-pointer. 7 points for Crumwoody. Her team's 13, and we'll see a timeout whistled by Pittsfield. We'll pause as well. 2:34 to play in the half. 26-13, the lead for the Lady Sockies over Carrollton. We're back with you after this.
When you or your family are feeling under the weather, you can count on Illini Express in Pittsfield. Illini Express is a walk-in clinic located on the south side of the Pittsfield Square and is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. $75 is the charge and can be billed to your insurance. Children must be at least 18 months old. Illini Express opens 7 to 7 Monday through Saturday and on major holidays 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Illini Express, a partner of Illini Community Hospital in Pittsfield.
Breaking news, John.
What's the breaking news?
Pro football coming back to St. Louis.
The XFL?
The XFL. And quite honestly, it probably will be a better brand of football than was played when the Rams were in St. Louis most of the time.
Hey, I'm just throwing out there, the XFL brought us an amazing thing.
The over-the-field camera.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back to live action in high school girls basketball. It's 26-13 Pittsfield on top of Carrollton. Now Libbins tries to drive in for Pittsfield. Lost the ball out of bounds. She touched it last, so a turnover on the Sockies is their 7th of the night. We'll see Yules check back in for Carrollton. She does replace, well, a player who we didn't have on the roster card here, which is hard to believe because there's 19 people listed. They didn't have her on there, so we apologize for that. 2:11 to play in the second quarter. 26-13 the lead for Pittsfield. Carrollton on the attack. Crumwoody's hit a couple of shots. Now she's free for another three, and it's in and out, no good. Rebound tipped around, pulled down by Carrollton's Molly Mullink, who puts it up and in for two. 26-15 the score. Bauer with the ball in the backcourt. Dangerous pass back there. Gives it to Merriman. Out of a triple team. She goes toward the other basket to
She
retreat.
kind of got the ball knocked away and had to retreat to get it.
And she gets fouled a long way away from the hoop.
Muth's first, team 9th, and will walk to the other end and shoot 1 and 1, Will Merriman. She's got 2 points, both of those on free throws. She'll be shooting 1 and 1. 26-15, the 11-point lead for the Lady Sockies. 1:49 to go in the first half of play. But the Carrollton Lady Hawks have really turned it on in the last few moments here.
Carrollton, you don't like to see that foul, as you're about as far away from the basket as you can be.
She was literally under the opposite basket. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Yules.
Yules on the outlet pass finds Muth. Muth will bring it up. 1:42 to play in the half. Libby Muth toward the right wing, looking for Crumwoody out top. Swings it left side to Yules. Yules looking down low. Ooh, had a lob possibly down there, but could not find her teammate. Now Yules picks it up. Back up by Crumwoody. Up off the glass is good. And then a foul called. Count the basket and a foul. 26-17. It's down to single digits. And an and-one opportunity for Crumwoody.
Katie Cox's second foul, team 7th. Crumwoody shooting 1. She's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She's got 9. 26-17 the score, as Charlie told you. 1:28 to go in the first half of play. First one up is good. And give her 10.
First and only free throw, and it's
That's
down
true.
to an 8-point game. It's been as many as 17 the lead for Pittsfield. With 1:25 to play in the half, Carrollton trying to end this half with some momentum. Bauer through a double team, finds Lemons. Took a dribble, which allowed Carrollton to get back defensively to guard Merriman, but her turnaround shot is up and good. Her first 2 from the floor to go along with 2 free throws, and it's back to a 10-point Pittsfield lead. 1:07 to play in the half. With the basketball is Mullink. Check that is Muth. Muth looks right wing to Rule. Rule on the baseline drive, shoves off, and she'll be called for the offensive foul.
That'll be Rule's second, team 10th, 8th turnover against the Lady Hawks. And ball to bounds, length of the court to go for Pittsfield.
58.1 seconds to play in the half. Lemons to inbound. It does so to Pepper. Pepper to Bauer. Bauer with the ball with 53 ticks to play in the half. She's still dribbling. Dribbles a lot with her right hand. Gives it off to Lemons. Now to Bauer. Bauer right side to Cox with 42 seconds to play in the half. 28-18 the lead for Pittsfield right now. Now Pepper gets the ball. She'll bring it out front with the dribble. Still dribbling, now out of a double team, works it off in the corner to Cox. Back out front, the ball goes to Merriman. To Pepper. 27 seconds to play in this first half. Lemons with the ball, and she picked it up and dragged the pivot foot, called for traveling with 24.6 seconds to play in the half. 8th turnover by Pittsfield, and that's part of the reason Carrollton's been able to cut this a little bit closer. This turnover starting to mount.
Batten 2 for 3 from 3 for Crumwoody.
Right side of the basketball, Rule. They work it around to Muth. Muth off the screen, looks for an opening. There is Crumwoody popping open, but they look down low instead. Close to 5, ball knocked loose. Stolen away by Bauer with 6. She drives into the front court with 5. Pull-up shot is blocked and saved in bounds. And really, I don't know that anybody controlled it at the end, but the halftime buzzer sounds, and it's a 28-18 lead for Pittsfield. On top of Carrollton, as we've reached halftime. We'll pause for a timeout here. John's going to look at your halftime stats. That comes your way after this.
Geared Up is your local choice for custom apparel and awards. No matter the season, sport, or event, we've got the gear to make it a success. Ask us about our fundraising program, available to all schools, businesses, and community organizations. Check us out online at www.wegearyouup.com or call 217-473-6290. That's 473-6290 for Geared Up, custom apparel, and awards.
In farming, there are many important decisions that must be made in order to get the most profitability out of your investment. No decision is more important than selecting the best seed for your fields. Jansen Seed and Service in Golden is the place to go for all your channel seed needs. Doug Jansen has over 30 years experience as an independent seed dealer. Giving him the knowledge to select the right seed for your field, contact Jansen Seed and Services today, 217-696-4658 or 430-2865.
We welcome you back at halftime. It's a 28-18 advantage for Pittsfield on top of Carrollton. The Lady Sockies had a lead of as many as 17 in the first half. Carrollton has not led in the contest, and we have not been tied so far in the ball game. John will take a look at the fouling situation for us now.
Fouling situation for the Carrollton Lady Hawks. They've got one player really in foul trouble in Gracie Cox with 3 fouls, and then 2 fouls apiece on Kennedy Rule, 2 on Hannah Crumley, 2 on Molly Molink, and then a single foul on Libby Muth in the first half to total out to their 10 for the Pittsfield Lady Sockies. 3 fouls on Gretchen Wessel, and then 2 fouls on Katie Cox, a single foul on Sydney Bauer and Chloe Lemons.
So both teams have a player with 3 fouls. It was a first half that was fairly even as far as the foul total goes, but you would think for Carrollton, Cox looks to be one of their key cogs, the senior guard, and she's not been able to play a whole lot because of the fouling situation. And John will have a look at individual scoring and team shooting percentages, but just an observation. It looks like for Carrollton, John would be able to open up the inside a little bit more if they would bring both post players up to the high post. Pittsfield playing in front of the post players, and I think that would open up a lob over the top, and they've just not been able to see that, and a lot of that's been due to the intensity Pittsfield's played on the defensive side of the guard spot.
Yeah, they really have played very intense defense, and Charlie, as I talked about, then the other thing that was really helping them, especially early, and what changed a little bit was Lily Pepper was really guarding the basket an awful lot in the first about quarter and a half, and she started following her offensive player later in the game and in the second half there, and that really allowed some things to open up in the middle a little bit more for Carrollton, as she wasn't right down there to get all the rebounds and to really contest shots.
It is halftime, 28-18, the lead for Pittsfield on top of Carrollton. We'll have a look at the rest of your halftime stats after this.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is an international and local organization that provides support for our athletes and coaches in the area. Small groups called huddles meet regularly in our schools and communities to build strong relationships. Todd Sweatman is our area director for Western Illinois. Todd is a longtime educator and coach and also serves as the chaplain at McMurray College. Julie Ross, area rep, is working with Adams and Brown County schools to support coaches and athletes. Jack Hull, longtime radio broadcaster and sports official, is serving with Julie and Todd throughout the Western Illinois region. We need your support as boosters, first in prayer and also with your financial monthly support. You can help us strengthen the huddles in your schools. Contact us at westernilfca.org to find out more and get our contact information. Won't you join us in lifting Jesus Christ up in our schools, athletes, coaches, and communities? Go to westernilfca.org or email me at jhull@fca.org. Get involved in FCA for your youth today. Dear Western Grain Service is your progressive feed and grain resource for Western Illinois. They offer a full range of feed products for all species and many grain merchandising opportunities with Dear Western Grain Services, 696-4461. That's 696-4461 or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com.
Halftime lead for Pittsfield on top of Carrollton here in high school girls basketball action from Voschel Gym. As you listen and watch live on Central Illinois Sports, we invite you to subscribe on YouTube, also on Mixler.com for the audio feed. And you'll be able to keep up with all the sporting events we'll be bringing your way throughout the season here on Central Illinois Sports.
Download that Mixler app too, Charlie,
That's
as
right.
It really helps make it easier to listen on your phone.
That's right, mixlr.com, or you can find Mixler, MyXLR, in your App Store or the Google Store, or whatever they call it for Androids. I don't know, John, been sort of an iPhone person for a while now. But 28-18, pretty good lead here for Pittsfield. Carrollton had fought back a little bit as the lead was as many as 17, and you're going to take a look at some shooting percentages and also some individual scoring statistics for us.
First, for the Lady Hawks, they finished first half shooting 7 of 21 from the floor, 33%, 2 of 3 from 3, all of those from Hannah Crumley, 67%, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, also all of those from Hannah Crumley. They're led in scoring by, guess who? Hannah Crumley. She's got 10 points, and then 2 points apiece for Gracie Cox, 2 points for Kennedy Rule, 2 points for Molly Molink, and then 2 points for Ava Ewells. And Ewells a very interesting shot, Charlie, as she takes all of her shots as set shots. I guess it's a very stable shooting position, though. For the Pittsfield Lady Sockies, they finished the first half shooting 9 of 17 from the floor, 53%, 1 of 2 from 3, 50%, 9 of 15 from the free throw line, 4, 60%. They were led in scoring by 7 points from Katie Cox, 6 from Sydney Bauer, also 6 from Lily Pepper to go along with 6 rebounds, 4 for Kayla Merriman, 3 for Gretchen Wessel, and 2 for Chloe Lemons. I believe everyone that's been in the game for the Lady Sockies has scored at least 2 points, Charlie.
Pretty impressive scoring there. Hey, we want to tell you about something that the Western Illinois FCA is doing this coming weekend, November 30th through December 2nd. Please visit these local restaurants that have supported FCA in Western Illinois. 10 cents of every drink purchased will go to Western Illinois FCA to support programs for local coaches and athletes. And the participating businesses are the following in Jacksonville: McDonald's, also Subway at Walmart, Subway on West Morton, Subway on South Main, and Subway on Walnut. I did not realize there were 4 Subways in Jacksonville.
I didn't either.
At about this time. And Quincy McDonald's at 48th and Broadway, McDonald's at the Mall, Hy-Vee on Broadway, also Bailey's, Hy-Vee on Harrison, the Hy-Vee gas stations, the Tangerine Bowl, Fatbacks, Los Molcajetes, Mi Jalapeno, Maya, and Zoop. In Pittsfield, Free Press Coffee, Subway in Whitehall, McDonald's and Free Press Coffee in Mount Sterling. In Havana, McDonald's, the Beardstown McDonald's, the McDonald's in Chatham, also the McDonald's on South Chatham Road, and the McDonald's on Freedom Drive in Springfield. All of those participating businesses will be donating 10 cents for every drink they sell from November 30th through December 2nd to Western Illinois FCA.
It's a lot of drinks when you consider all the McDonald's in particular.
It's very nice of them to be able to support the Western Illinois FCA with that endeavor. Let's pause for a final time out here on the halftime show. 28-18 Pittsfield leads Carrollton at the half. We're back with second half play-by-play after this.
Farmers State Bank of Camp Point, a branch of United Community Bank, wants to be your bank. Their friendly and helpful staff enjoys working with customers to give them the best banking experience possible. They're a full-service bank offering savings, checking, CDs, IRAs, and now offering mobile banking where you can bank from your smartphone. They can handle all your borrowing needs, whether it's home, auto, commercial, or agricultural loans. Contact Farmers State Bank at 217-593-7756. We want to be your bank. Member FDIC. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852. The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Well, we're back to live action. Pittsfield strikes early in the second half as Bauer finds Lily Pepper in the paint and makes it a 30-18 advantage for the Lady Sockies. 7:30 to play in the third. So they took a little bit of the halftime clock off here. Apologize for being late coming back out of the break. Here's Yules on a set shot from the wing. No good. Rebound put up and no good by Rule. And this time Bauer has the board. She has it stolen away under her opponent's basket, and with the layup is Rule from the left side, and Carrollton scores on their first possession of the second half.
Give Rule 4.
Makes it a 30-20 ball game with 7:03 to play in the third. Bauer brings the ball into the front court for Pittsfield. Works out top to Merriman. Merriman will keep the dribble off the Pepper screen. On the right side over to Bauer. In the paint they find Pepper. Pepper will work it back out front, try to get it back to Merriman, who could not secure it, and the ball stolen away. Turnover number 10. Into the front court, Crumwoody with the basketball.
Second of the second half already.
Clears it off to Mullink. Mullink with the dribble toward the basket. Now she reverses the dribble, still on the bounce. Passes right side to Rule. Rule top of the key finds Muth. Muth to Mullink left side. Looks in the paint, nothing going there. Has to start the dribble against Lemons. Now tries the reverse. Works it to Yules. Got her defender off of her feet. Shot put up no good. Rebound on the weak side. Put back up and in by Molly Mullink. And it's down to a single-digit game, 30-22 with 6:09 to play in the third, and now a timeout whistled for Pittsfield. We'll pause as well, 6:08 to play in the third. 30-22, the advantage for the Lady Sockies. Back with you after this.
As the year starts to come to an end and families enjoy more time indoors, Cascom realizes you need reliable internet, great television, and a reliable home phone service. So from now until the end of the year, Cascom will be offering an amazing deal on its triple play bundle services. Call today and get internet, Broadvision TV, and VoIP phone for only $99 a month for 6 full months. Call us today at 1-800-252-1799. No contracts or install fees. Some restrictions may apply.
Well, when boys scored in North Green after losing their opener to Brussels, they came back and beat Pleasant Hill 81-16 in high school boys basketball action. 6 minutes to play here in girls action, and Pittsfield's on top 30-22. Pepper down low, finds Cox, off the glass, no good. Pepper gets the rebound, a dribble, a putback, good, and she's found. Lily Pepper with the offensive rebound and the putback. She's got 10 to go along with almost 10 rebounds, and she'll go to the free throw line for the and one opportunity here.
Count the basket, foul on Ewells. That'll be her first, team first. Pepper to the free throw line shooting one. She's 0 for 2 from there. She's got 10. 32-22, the 10-point lead for the Lady Sockies. 5:52 to go in the third quarter of play. Shot up and good by Pepper as she nearly jumped over the free throw line, but she didn't.
Lead back to 11, 33-22, just under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Crumwoody gets the ball to Muse left side, down low, finds Rule, whose shot is up and no good. Rebound down to Bauer for Pittsfield.
Her fourth.
Bauer takes it across, and it's stolen away by Crumwoody. Crumwoody with the larceny, layup at the other end, up and good. And a Crumwoody has a dozen.
She's got 12 to go along with a rebound.
Here's Cox on the run out the other way, blocked by Mules. She could not control the rebound, but a nice block there by Ava Ewells, the young sophomore.
She, the daughter of Dr. James Ewells, who's in Pittsfield a couple days a week as the new pediatrician.
Here's a three-pointer on the way by Bauer, won't fall through.
Oh. Pepper tried to box out and
took a tumble. Now the Lady Sockies failed to get back, and on the other end is Mullink for an easy two, and it's a 33-26 ball game. The lead down to 7. Close to 5 seconds on the inbounds pass. Bauer with the ball on the sideline. Reverses. Now she's got a 2-on-1. Down to Cox. Over through her. As Cox had stopped, Bauer was expecting her to get to the block. And a turnover by Pittsfield. They're 11th.
12th now even.
And even doesn't.
Yeah.
4:51 to play in the third. 33-26 the lead for Pittsfield. The lead has been as many as 17 for the Lady Sockies. Right now it's down to 7, and Carrollton on the attack.
4 turnovers in the second half have been a lot of that.
Muth with the ball right side, works it out top Ewells. Ewells will be patient with it there, looks for an opening. Now on the left wing over to Crumwoody. Crumwoody turns and faces the basket, looking down low for Ewells. Ewells on the right wing, throws a pass that's stepped in front of by Merriman and stolen away.
10th turnover for Carrollton.
Lemons looks to help bring it up along with Merriman. Now they'll take it across the half-court line with 4:17 to play in the third. Lemons with the basketball. Right wing over to Cox. Cox will go into Pepper. Pepper turnaround. Scoop pass down low to Bauer off the glass, is in for 2.
Lily Pepper does such a good job of finding the open lady when she's not. When she's doubled, she knows somebody has to be open. She's big enough to look around and find her.
She feels that help side defender come up and knows that somebody should be open down there. And as you said, really does a nice job of keeping her eyes up and getting the easy basket. Now here's a lob down low to Crumwoody. Had to run it down as the pass was wide. She'll work it into Muth, whose turnaround shot is up and good. Check that, that's Mullink. Mullink with the basket.
Mullink with 8 now. 6 of those in the second half.
Makes it 35-28. 3:30 to play in the third. Bauer with the ball into the front court for Pittsfield. Free throw line bounces to Pepper. Pepper to Bauer on the wing. She'll look out top now to Cox. Cox swings it left side to Lemons. Lemons in the paint, looking for Pepper in the paint, I should say. Patient there. She'll dribble it back out front to Merriman, who starts to dribble immediately. She's now into a double team. Kind of throws a little shovel pass over to Cox, who drives in off the glass and in for 2.
Cox with 9.
Cox can really jump. She hangs in the air as she shoots that jumper. 3 minutes to play in the third.
She showed that playing volleyball this year as a freshman.
Crumwoody with the ball, bounces it on the left wing to Rule. Rule will throw it out top to Mullink. Mulling patient with it, has 8 points, drives in, right to the rim, shot no good, fouled by Lemons on the block.
That'll be Lemons' second and the team first of the second half. Mulling to the free throw line, shooting her first 2 free throws of the evening. 8 points for her, and 37-28 to score. Pittsfield with the 9-point lead, 2:44 to go in the third quarter of play. First one up, bounces off and rolls off no good.
Here we see into the contest where Carrollton returning is Gracie Cox for the first time in the second half, has 3 fouls. She replaces Libby Muth.
Next one up by Mulling is good. Give her 9.
37-29 with 2:43 to play in the third. Bauer with the ball in the backcourt. Takes it across with a right-hand bounce. She'll try the drive in, gets to the rim, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound on the weak side down to Pepper on the putback and makes it a 39-29 10-point lead.
Give her 13.
2:20 to play in the third. Carrollton has fought it back to single digits a couple of times, but the Lady Sockies have had the answer to this point, and now a turnover as running it down in the backcourt was Gracie Cox, and a turnover on Carrollton.
The ball kind of hit her in the chest, and she wasn't able to control it. Then it bounced off and ended up in the backcourt, and it was off of her.
Definitely was tipped and then went off of her in the backcourt, and she just was not able to tiptoe the half-court line to keep that one in the front court. Bauer with the basketball out front, works it left wing over to Wessel, who's back into the game after a brief stint on the bench. Over to Cox from 15. Her pull-up shot no good. Pepper just absolutely goes in and rips the rebound down to keep the offense alive for Pittsfield.
Her 10th board. She's got the double-double with a minute 50 to go in the third quarter.
39-29 Lady Sockies, 1:45 to play in this third quarter. Crossover by Bauer, gets inside, runner up no good. Rebound Pepper, put back won't fall. Gets it again, goes up, missed it. And the rebound this time down to Carrollton. Into the front court with it is Cox on the run. She goes right around the defender and in for 2.
Give her 4.
Makes it 39-31. Again, Pittsfield's lead down to 8. Into the front court. Bauer shoves off. Offensive foul.
Bauer's second, team second, also 13th turnover. The Academy has awarded an award to the defender that time.
Bauer does not like to use her left hand on the dribble.
No, she doesn't.
And extends the left arm to try to keep the defender away from her, and that time she got caught. Yules checked back in during the dead ball and replaced Mullink. Crumwoody crosses over, drives inside, gets to the rim, shot up is good. And Carrollton has it down to a 6-point game, 39-33, with 1 minute to play in the third.
Crumwoody with 14 of her team's 33.
She really has turned it on from the end of the first quarter to this point. Bauer looking down low, has it stolen away by Muse. Off to Cox into the front court, knocked away from behind by Lemons, and she'll be called for a foul.
Chloe Lemons' third foul, team third against the Lady Sockies. Ball out of bounds along the sideline, I believe. Yeah, along the sideline to the Lady Hawks.
Mullink back in, Rule sits down on the other side. Lemons takes a chair with her third foul as now Merriman's into the game.
Wessel playing with 3 fouls right now.
Inbounds pass comes in, down low. Shot put up no good by Mullink. Rebound loose, and Pepper grabs another board.
He's got 13.
Fouled by Yules. That play was set up specifically to go to Mullink. They had Yules wide open under the basket and would not throw it to her on the inbounds play.
Yules' second, team second. Ball to bounds, length of the court to go for the Lady Sockies.
There is such a thing as just making a basketball play that not necessarily the one written up for the inbounds. We see it all the time, though. Kids get so used to, well, this is where the ball's supposed to go next, and they don't sometimes make the common sense decision. Here's Bauer with the ball, finds Pepper. Pepper turns, goes to the rim. Shot up is good.
Pepper with 15.
Pepper another 2.
A great job there avoiding contact, as she would have probably gotten an offensive foul if she would have made contact, but instead she went around her defender. Pepper with 15.
Here's a 3-point shot on the way, right wing, up and good. This is by Mullink. Mullink with the triple, makes it 41-36. 4 seconds to play in the half. 3, they get it in the front court to Merriman, travels with a half a second left in the third.
15th turnover on the Lady Sockies.
41-36. Carrollton has it down to a 5-point game, as close as they've been in a while. And they will inbound the ball here. It would take a very quick shot. They'll get it into Cremwoody, who will catch. Fire a volleyball line three. No good. They would have counted it had it fallen. And after 3 quarters, Pittsfield 41, Carrollton 36. Exciting fourth quarter play-by-play your way after this.
As the year starts to come to an end and families enjoy more time indoors, Cascom realizes you need reliable internet, great television, and a reliable home phone service. So from now until the end of the year, Cascom will be offering an amazing deal on its triple play bundle services. Call today and get internet, Broadvision TV, and VoIP phone for only $99 a month for 6 full months. Call us today at 1-800-252-1799. No contracts or install fees. Some restrictions may apply.
When you or your family are feeling under the weather, you can count on Illini Express in Pittsfield. Illini Express is a walk-in clinic located on the south side of the Pittsfield Square and is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. $75 is the charge and can be billed to your insurance. Children must be at least 18 months old. Illini Express opens 7 to 7 Monday through Saturday and on major holidays 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Illini Express, a partner of Illini Community Hospital in Pittsfield.
Well, the Carrollton Lady Hawks have cut it down to a 5-point game, 41-36 after 3 quarters, and Pittsfield led by as many as 17 in the contest. Right now a 5-point lead. Carrollton will have the basketball, trying to cut it even closer here. Crumwoody will look to bring it up for Carrollton. She's got 14 points. Works the top of the key. Here's a 3-point shot by Mullink. Up, no good. That would have been big. Pepper grabs another board. Gets the ball to Bauer. 14 rebounds for Lily Pepper now. She'll go along with 15 points. Right side, Bauer tries to dribble inside, works it off to Lemons, gets it to Pepper. Pepper back to Lemons. Free throw line shot up, in and out, no good. Rebound on the play to Crumwoody. She'll turn and take it the other way. Throws it out to Cox, who's free into the front court. Runner up right hand, good. And it's down to a 3-point score.
Cox with 6.
41-38. Bauer trying to push the issue the other way. Her shot up and no good. Rebound down to Carrollton's Mullink. Off to Cox. 7:09 to play in the contest. Down low to Muse, who can't get the runner to go. And guess who grabs the rebound? Lily Pepper.
Her 15th.
She'll work the outlet pass to Cox. Cox with the ball, dribbles between 3 players. She'll bounce it to Lemons. 41-38 Pittsfield. 6:50 to play in this one. Lady Socky is led by as many as 17 in the first half. Right now they are clinging to a 3-point lead. Holding it out front is Bauer. They finally do draw Cox out to closely guard her. They try to throw it in the corner to Wessel, and unguarded, she just misses the ball out of bounds. The end of the game, Merriman, and Wessel will take a chair. A chance for Carrollton to cut it to one of the 2 or tie it up with a 3. 6:38 to play in the fourth. See if they try to set Crumwoody up for a 3-pointer to try to tie this thing up. Crumwoody left wing, finds Muse. Down to Crumwoody on the little lob. She misses the layup. Gets her own rebound. It's caught in the lane. And a timeout called by Carrollton. We'll pause as well. 6:23 to play in this one. 41-38 Pittsfield on top by 3. Back with you after this.
Geared Up is your local choice for custom apparel and awards. No matter the season, sport, or event, we've got the gear to make it a success. Ask us about our fundraising program, available to all schools, businesses, and community organizations. Check us out online at www.wegearyouup.com or call 217-473-6290. That's 473-6290 for Geared Up, custom apparel, and awards.
6:23 to play. And the lead for Pittsfield is down to 3. 41-28. Mullink with it. Pull-up shot. She hits the bottom of the net again. Molly Mullink with another 2.
She's got 14.
And quite a few of those in the second half.
Yeah, she had 2 at half, so 12 in the second half.
41-40. Down to a 1-point lead for Pittsfield. It was as many as 17, and now Pepper's into a double team and is fouled.
Foul. Called against Gracie Cox, her 4th, team 3rd of the second half.
So ball to bounce to Pittsfield on the sideline. Led 20-3 at one point. But now lead by 1, 41-40. 5:53 to play, so a lot of this game left. Down on the block, they'll work it into Lemons. She's trying to get free, tried to throw it off to Cox. That pass wasn't open. Crumwoody knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with Pittsfield underneath as Lemons will throw it in.
Clinging to the narrowest of leads now at just one.
Inbounds to Cox, fakes the three. Ooh, picks up the dribble. Goes to Lemons, whose shot from 10 won't fall. Pepper, another rebound. Her putback won't go. And Yules is called for the foul.
Yules third, team fourth. Pepper to the free throw line, shooting 2. She's 1 for 2 from there. She's got 15 to go along with 16 rebounds. 41-40 the score. Lady Sockies with the 1-point lead, 5:42 to go in the ball game. And Lily Pepper shooting 2. First one is up and good. Give her 16. Extends that lead back out to 2. And Pepper gets the ball, kind of stretches a little bit. Next one's up. It's good. Give her 17.
43-40, 5:40 to play. Carrollton again could cut it to 1 with another 2 or tie it up with a 3. We've never been tied in the contest. Crumwoody with the ball on the wing right side with Cox guarding her. Maintains the dribble. Now has picked it up. Needs some help. Really in trouble and finally does clear the ball off in the nick of time to Rule. Rule picks up the dribble. Looks to Crumwoody on the back cut. Drives in. Pull up jump shot won't go. Rebound on the other side to Mullink. Won't fall. Then Pepper grabs another board. 5:11 to play in this one. 43-40 the lead for the Lady Sockies on top of Carrollton. Pittsfield's 3-3, Carrollton 4-2 on this season. Katie Cox with the ball. The freshman sets up the offensive set near the sideline right side to Merriman. Merriman with a couple of dribbles. Now it is taken right away by Mullink. Ball knocked loose. Both ladies on the floor after it. Merriman keeps it alive to Pepper as Pittsfield maintains the possession. Pepper's in the corner. Skip pass out to Bauer. Thought about the 3. Ooh, had Lemons open down low. Couldn't get it to her. 4:40 to play in the fourth. Pepper with her right wing. Out to Cox. Cox in the corner to Bauer. Good luck, 3 balls way too long. Rebound pulled down on the offensive side by Lemons. Lady Sockies get another chance here. Merriman with it, fakes the 3. She'll work it out between the circles. Bauer, right side over to Lemons. Lemons swings the ball. On the bounce pass to Cox. Free throw line, Pepper. Pepper going to take the jump shot from the free throw line, no good. And the rebound is secured here by Muse. She'll work it up to Crumwoody, who might have taken an extra step. Shot no good, and Pepper another rebound.
18.
17 points and 18 rebounds right now for Lily Pepper with 4:02 to play in the contest, 43-40. The lead for Pittsfield. Here comes Cox back into the game for Carrollton. This is Gracie Cox. She replaces Libby Muth. 3-point Pittsfield lead, halfway home here in the fourth quarter. Inbounds pass goes in the backcourt to Merriman. Throws a long pass, stolen away by Crumwoody. Crumwoody with the steal right in against Merriman. Shot up is good. Down to a 1-point game again.
Crumwoody with 16.
43-42. Inbounds pass nearly stolen away by Carrollton. Running it down is Merriman, and a timeout going to be called by Pittsfield. 3:47 to play. 43-42. Pittsfield leads Carrollton. We're back with you after this.
In farming, there are many important decisions that must be made in order to get the most profitability out of your investment. No decision is more important than selecting the best seed for your fields. Jansen Seed and Service in Golden is the place to go for all your channel seed needs. Doug Jansen has over 30 years experience as an independent seed dealer. Giving him the knowledge to select the right seed for your field, contact Jansen Seed and Services today, 217-696-4658 or 430-2865.
Well, the Lady Sockies have a 43-42 lead, 3:47 to play in the fourth quarter, John. And this game was 20-3. Do you think we'd see a game that was a 1-point game?
I did not, Charlie. It's 43-42, 3:47 to go in the game, and Carrollton's really fought back hard, and the Lady Sockies have got to continue with the defensive pressure, which is really what got them that big lead, and they got to continue to make shots. That's kind of been the struggle in the last little bit, as they started out making a ton of shots and then have kind of trailed off from there. Have not made a basket in the fourth quarter.
It'll be Pittsfield ball, length of the court to go. They took a timeout. Christy Hefner acting as the head coach tonight, and down to just 2 timeouts remaining. Her team leading 43-42, and then traveling called in the backcourt as Pittsfield could not break the pressure that time. And a chance for Carrollton to take their first lead of the night.
Pepper got the ball in the inbounds, tried to split the double team and traveled through it.
Crumwoody to Mullink, rises, shoots, too long. Rebound Pepper with another board. Hands it off to Bauer. Not very good spacing right now when the full court pressure is on. Pushes it into the front court, finds Lemons, who puts it up and in.
Lemons with 4.
Good find by Bauer. 45-42, the lead back out to 3 with 3:26 left in this one. Crumwoody with the basketball for Carrollton. She'll work the bounce pass left side to Rule. Rule bounces it in the corner to Cox. Cox looks in the paint. That's to Mullink. Mullink free throw line to Ewell. Set shot there. In and out, won't fall. Rebound tied up. Bauer and Cox. It'll be Pittsfield ball on the alternating possession arrow. Really only probably the second jump ball we've seen tonight. 3:08 to play. Into the contest for Carrollton. Muth returns as she replaces Ewells. Inbounds pass to Merriman. Merriman will look to bring the ball to the middle of the floor. Gets it to Bauer. Bauer with the bounce. 3 minutes to play, 45-42 Pittsfield. Pittsfield looking for a long possession here. Merriman with it. Over near the sideline, left side, it goes to Lemons. Bounce pass to Cox. Right side, Merriman. Looking in the paint, nothing open there. She'll work it back out front. Finds Bauer at the 2:45 mark of this fourth quarter. She'll throw a pass. Nearly was stolen away by Crumwoody. Run down by Katie Cox. Cox drives in, down to Lemons. Shot no good. Rebound. Pepper puts it back up and in. Lily Pepper, another board and a putback.
Give her 19 points to go along with 20 boards.
20 rebounds, 19 points for Pepper, and she's given her team a 5-point lead, 47-42, with 2:20 remaining. Right wing with it, Crumwoody. She now will reverse the ball up to the free throw line, and Mullink called for traveling.
12th turnover on Carrollton, just the third of the second half.
They've done much better taking care of the basketball for sure, really, since the end of that first quarter. You have to like the adjustment Blaine Hartwick made.
Lady Sockies with 10 turnovers in the second half.
And that's allowed Carrollton right back into this thing. And now nearly the 11th turnover, but Pepper keeps the ball alive on the inbounds, gets it up to Bauer. 2:10 to play, 47-42 the lead for Pittsfield. And if you're Carrollton, you might have to start thinking about fouling here. Only 4 team fouls called. You could really be aggressive, try to go for steals. Here's Cox down low. Bauer puts it up and in. Nice ball movement. Good job by the freshman. Have her head up to find the open teammate.
Bauer with 10.
49-42, 1:47 to play. Crumwoody with the basketball. Bounces out top. They need to find Crumwoody right now, I think. They'll throw the skip pass instead to Mullink on the right wing. Out to Muth. Muth fires the 3. It's good.
Muth's first 3 points of the night.
I was just going to say, I don't remember her scoring now. Pittsfield gets the ball in the fast break. Down low, Pepper drives in at the rim. Count it, and she's fouled. Lily Pepper another 2. 51-45 on a monster night for Pepper. 21 points and 20 rebounds right now, and an and-one opportunity with 1:25 remaining.
Libby Muth, second team team fifth. 51-45 the score. Pittsfield with the 6-point lead. 1:25 to go in the ball game. Lily Pepper shooting 1. She's got 21 points to go along with 20 rebounds.
And Carrollton calls a timeout. 1:25 to play. We'll pause as well. 51-45. Lady Sockies on top. The exciting ending to this one comes your way after this.
As the year starts to come to an end and families enjoy more time indoors, Cascom realizes you need reliable internet, great television, and a reliable home phone service. So from now until the end of the year, Cascom will be offering an amazing deal on its triple play bundle services. Call today and get internet, Broadvision TV, and VoIP phone for only $99 a month for 6 full months. Call us today at 1-800-252-1799. No contracts or install fees. Some restrictions may apply.
1:25 remaining in the contest. 51-45 is the lead for Pittsfield, as they had a 1-point lead several possessions in a row. Did not make much happen, did Carrollton, as they had a chance to take the lead. And then Pittsfield has extended it out here. We see the Fighting Illini lose 76-74 to Notre Dame, as Illinois continues to play close, but no cigar. We can tell you that the Western Payson girls basketball game that was scheduled for Monday against Van Far has been rescheduled for this Friday at 6 o'clock, and Kinderhook varsity only game. The boys team is home that night as well. Should be against Griggsville Perry. Pepper's and one is up and good. Give her 22 points to go along with 20 boards. Makes it 52-45 with 1:20 remaining.
Kind of a quiet night for Pepper.
Yeah. Out front, Mulink has it stolen away by Pepper. Pepper with the steal. She'll throw it up for grabs, and grabbing it is Bauer in the backcourt. Bauer with 1:10 to play. 52-45 the advantage. Carrollton's got to start fouling here.
Yeah, I'm stunned they haven't already.
By 7, and now the double dribbling going to be called on Bauer with 1:04 left.
19th turnover on Pittsfield, and Muth was trying to foul.
And Bauer called for the double dribble. Allows Carrollton a chance to cut it closer here with 1:03 left. Crumwoody with the basketball toward the right wing. She crosses over. Ooh, behind the back dribble drive to the rim, up and in for 2 more. Nice take to the rack by Crumwoody.
He's got 18.
52-47. Lady Sakis with the ball in the backcourt, up by 5 with 45 seconds to play. Carrollton not fouling here. Now Bauer has it knocked away, stolen away.
20th turnover.
Cox has the steal on the run into the front court for Carrollton with 37 seconds left. Works it out to Muth. Muth to Cox right side for the 3 on the way. It's an air ball out of bounds. Saved in though by a hustling Mulink off of Pepper. Pepper was going to let it go. Mulink hustled after it and knocked it off of her. So it will remain Carrollton ball. 28.4 seconds to play. 5-point game, 52-47. Left side with it is Crumwoody. She'll take the bounce. Looking for an opening, can't get free. As Katie Cox, the freshman, did a nice job on her on the arc. Now down low, they'll work it into Muse. Out top Cox. Carrollton needs a shot. Mulink will fire a 3. Good. Good by Mulink. 52-50. And a timeout by the Hawks with 13.9 seconds to play. Down to a 2-point game with 13.9 seconds left, John. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Carrollton still 2 fouls away, though, of putting Pittsfield in the bonus.
Yeah, and Pittsfield's going to get the ball. They have had some trouble getting the ball inbounds and then turning it over very quickly, getting it inbounds on the full court pressure from Carrollton. But they do have a couple of timeouts to help with that, hopefully.
Mulink with an absolutely monster second half. Molly Mulink, John, has really put on a show here in the third and fourth quarter. How many points for her just in the second half?
Mulink with 15 of her 17 in the second half, and that was a big-time shot there as she hit that three-pointer to cut it to a 2-point game.
2-point game with 13.9 seconds left. You tried to deny the inbounds, and then I think you foul quickly and do the same again. See if you can't get Pittsfield to turn it over. They have done so 20 times, as you told us.
And let's see, 12 of those in the second half.
Length of the court to go for the Lady Sakis. Bauer to inbound it. Gets the ball into Cox in the backcourt with 12 seconds. Back to Bauer. Bauer is fouled with 10 seconds remaining by Gracie Cox.
Cox is 5th, team 6th. It'll be ball out of bounds to Pittsfield along the far sideline in the backcourt.
So Cox fouls out. They bring Ewells back in. Also, we'll see Callie McAdams, a freshman guard, in for the first time. She's tried to replace Hannah Crumwoody, and Hannah Crumwoody looked at her like, what are you talking about right now? 10 seconds to play. Carrollton down by 2. They have Cox open in the front court for Pittsfield. Layup up is good as she snuck behind the defense. Makes it 54-50. 4 seconds left. 3-2. Crumwoody 3-ball off the front of the rim, and Pittsfield hangs on to win it. 54-50. The final in this one as the Lady Sakis improved to 4-3. Carrollton drops to 4-3. And we'll take a look at final statistics and have a recap of this game coming your way after this.
When you or your family are feeling under the weather, you can count on Illini Express in Pittsfield. Illini Express is a walk-in clinic located on the south side of the Pittsfield Square and is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. $75 is the charge and can be billed to your insurance. Children must be at least 18 months old. Illini Express opens 7 to 7 Monday through Saturday and on major holidays 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Illini Express, a partner of Illini Community Hospital in Pittsfield. When you're way out on the farm right in the middle of harvest, there's nobody watching. No audience, no crowd. The only bright lights beam from a combine. They're not pointing at you. All that's here is a field. It may not look like a place of glory, but there's still a winner. There's still a score. For many farmers who planted Golden Harvest seed this year, victory is about to set in. Contact Golden Harvest Seed Advisor Steve Farlow now for the seed to make every acre count. Golden Harvest and Steve Farlow are proud to help sponsor Central Panther football.
Geared Up is your local choice for custom apparel and awards. No matter the season, sport, or event, we've got the gear to make it a success. Ask us about our fundraising program, available to all schools, businesses, and community organizations. Check us out online at www.wegearyouup.com or call 217-473-6290. That's 473-6290 for Geared Up, custom apparel, and awards.
Well, John, early in the game, it looked like we might see a blowout as Pittsfield was up 17 points in the first half, and then in the second half, they saw that lead dissipate down to just a 1-point advantage. Carrollton was never able to take the lead or tie the game up, and Pittsfield survives this one with a 54-50 win here at Voschel Gym.
Yeah, it was a little scary if you were a Ladies hockey fan at times, Carly, but they were able to get the win. And a good win by the Lady Sockies and a tremendous game from Lily Pepper tonight, as we'll talk about that when we get to the Lady Hockey stats. First, for the Carrollton Hawks, they finished the game with 13 turnovers, Lady Sockies with 20. Finished the game shooting 21 of 51 from the floor, 41%, 5 of 10 from 3, 50%, 3 of 5 from the free throw line for 60%. Led in scoring by 18 points from Hannah Kremwoody, 8 of those in the second half, 17 points from Molly Mulnick, and 15 of those in the second half, and then 6 points from Gracie Cox, 4 points from Kennedy Rule, and 3 points from Libby Muth, 2 points from Ava Ewells to total out to their 50. For the Pittsfield Lady Sockies, they finished the game shooting 20 of 42 from the floor, 48%, 1 of 4 from 3, 25%, 13 of 19 from the free throw line, 68%. Led in scoring by 22 points to go along with 20 rebounds for Lily Pepper on the night. 11 points for freshman Katie Cox, 10 points for Sydney Bauer, 4 points for Chloe Lemons, 3 for Gretchen Wessel, 4 also for Kayla Merriman, and that's the scoring for the Ladies Hockeys. And Charlie, again, everyone on the Ladies Hockey side that played in the game did score at least a couple of points.
Yeah, an impressive feat there, and what a night by Pepper. 22 points, 20 rebounds. You just don't see those type of efforts every night, and that's a pretty special game for the Lady Hockey senior, who's had plenty of special moments in her career, but this one a 22-point, 20-rebound effort. And some big plays in this game by Sydney Bauer and also by the freshman Katie Cox, who really made some heads-up plays at times, including that last play where she scored the basket to make it a 2-score game, where she was able to break away from her defender and get the layup to go. Final on this one, 54-50. Pittsfield defeats Carrollton. For John, I'm Charlie Hull. Thank you for tuning in to high school basketball action from Voschel Gym in Pittsfield on Central Illinois Sports. We invite you again to subscribe to the YouTube page to have the video streaming available at your fingertips throughout the season for area teams. And also, we invite you to subscribe to the Mixlr page for the audio stream as well. Until next time, we thank you for tuning in. Pittsfield defeats Carrollton in high school girls basketball, 54-50, another Central Illinois Sports presentation.